Good morning, everybody. We're going to go ahead and get started. It is my pleasure to welcome you to the Spring 2021 Virtual Accounting Awards Banquet, 48th celebration of this event. My name is Kayla Griffin, and I'm one of the Beta Alpha Psi co-presidents. I'm very delighted to welcome you to this first ever virtual banquet to honor so many of our students, faculty, and alumni. Today, we will go through some quick opening remarks, recognize the 2020 and 2021 Alumni of the Year, present student scholarships, recognize student award recipients, and announce the Faculty of the Year. Finally, we will present next year's Beta Alpha Psi and Accounting Association officers and conclude with some closing remarks. Without further ado, I would like to introduce Dr. Heidi Meyer, the Associate Dean for Academic Programs and Student Affairs and the Chair of the Department of Accounting.
Thank you, Kayla, and welcome everyone. I am delighted to host this celebration today, where we will honor so many of our students, faculty, alumni, and friends. The vision of the Department of Accounting at Cleveland State University is to be the partner of choice for students and organizations in Northeast Ohio and beyond, and a point of pride for faculty, alumni, and Cleveland State University. This banquet is an occasion to showcase the great strides made in accomplishing this goal. Today, we celebrate and recognize the achievements of our talented students, committed faculty and staff, and loyal alumni. The Department of Accounting is honored to share these accomplishments with parents, friends, and mentors, all working together for the success of our students and programs. I have had the privilege to work with outstanding students, faculty, staff, and alumni over this last year, and this celebration is the perfect culmination of that year. At this time, I would like to introduce the faculty and staff from the Department of Accounting. Faculty, so let me introduce Craig Fulton, Ben Hoffman, Mark Holtzblatt, Waisher Gia, Dan Kaminsky, Marianne Lawrence, Marilyn Ledbetter, Paul Lee, Bruce McLean, Dennis Medica, Rich Molina, Ed O'Donnell, Pete Poznansky, Laura Rickett, Jan Rose, Etzman Rosen, Debbie Smith, and Scott Yetmar. Thank you for all of your efforts this year. And now we'll continue with our program. Although this event is celebratory, it is also bittersweet. Many of our students will be leaving us to begin their professional careers. And to them, we wish the best of luck and hope that they come back as engaged alumni, or at least as graduate students. We're going to miss them. But we also look forward to meeting and working with those students who are coming up behind them. And if they are anything like the group we celebrate today, it will be another amazing year. I just want to thank you all for attending today. I especially want to thank our students for all their hard work in organizing this event, and to Dan Kaminsky, Craig Fulton, and Rich Molina, who have worked with our student groups, Beta Alpha Psi, the Accounting Association, the Institute of Internal Auditors, and the IMA Student Association. We truly appreciate all of your efforts to make this day and our program so successful. At this time, I am delighted to introduce our Monte Ahuja College of Business Dean, Dr. Kenneth Kahn, to give his welcome to you today. Prior to joining Cleveland State, Dean Kahn was the Senior Associate Dean of the School of Business at Virginia Commonwealth University. At VCU, he also served as interim dean, as the executive director of the VCU Da Vinci Center, which focuses on cross-disciplinary innovation and entrepreneurship initiatives across the university, and professor of marketing. Prior to his tenure at Virginia Commonwealth University, he held leadership and faculty positions at Purdue University, the University of Tennessee, and Georgia Tech. Dr. Kahn earned a PhD in marketing and a Master of Science in Industrial Engineering from the Virginia Polytechnic Institute and State University, and a Bachelor of Industrial Engineering from Georgia Tech. His teaching and research interests include product innovation and management. Dr. Kahn served on the board of directors for the Product Development Management Association, and in 2012, the Journal of Product Innovation Management recognized Dr. Kahn as one of the top 10 innovation management scholars in the world. Most recently, He was named on the Stanford University list of the world's top 2% scientists. Since coming to Cleveland State, he has been working diligently, providing leadership for updating the college's curricula and advancing and enhancing the technology in the college's classrooms and labs. Welcome, Dr. Khan.
Well, thank you very much for that very flattering introduction. I'd like to offer you greetings from the Monte Huja College of Business at Cleveland State University. It's a pleasure to meet all of you virtually. I've had the opportunity to meet some of our advisory board members for the accounting department in person, and obviously have had the opportunity to meet some students and faculty in person as well. Interesting times, but it is a pleasure to meet all of you virtually. As Heidi indicated, Dr. Meyer, my name is Kenneth Kahn. I am the Dean of the Monte Huja College of Business starting in past August. I know many of you are tired of hearing the word unprecedented, but what word best describes what we've been dealing with? Certainly this past year has been very unique. We've been mostly remote as a college of business, many classes being forced to go into a virtual environment. But amidst this pandemic, we are still delivering content. Our students are still engaged, and we are teaching courses, we're doing our research, and we are graduating students. And in fact, we're having an in-person graduation on May 15th at Progressive Field. The plan for next fall is to have a more normal fall, not exactly normal, but a more normal. And we, and this includes our faculty, staff, and students, are hopeful for a full return soon. In addition to preparations for the fall semester and delivering our coursework, we're getting ready for a reaccreditation visit in October. And the interesting thing about the Monte Huja College of Business is the accounting department is separately accredited from the business college. So this just shows how we are focused on delivering premier content. And so they're very, if you look at the number of AACSB accredited colleges, a small subset have accounting separately accredited from their business college. So that is a distinguishing feature of the College of Business here at Cleveland State University. One thing that we're working on in preparation for this reaccreditation visit is an evolution of our strategic plan. And the college is aiming and has a vision to be the cornerstone for Northeast Ohio business. And we are doing that, and we have an aim of creating and advancing business-ready talent, impactful business knowledge, and foundational community engagement. Today's accounting banquet and everything that we're celebrating truly exemplifies each of these pillars. Let me conclude by giving my thanks to Dr. Heidi Meyer for her leadership as the accounting department chair and for serving as our associate dean for academic affairs in the college. Also wish to congratulate our accounting faculty for a successful, productive academic year. And congratulations to all of our accounting students for their resilience and perseverance through this year. And I look forward to seeing our graduating accounting students on May 15th. Also, a very special thank you to Ms. Marilyn Ledbetter, the accounting department's administrative coordinator, for keeping Dr. Meyer, the accounting faculty, and our accounting students on task this year. To all of our non-CSU attendees, including parents, thank you for joining us today. And to all of our accounting department sponsors and advocates, thank you for your steadfast support of the accounting department. So with that, I'm going to turn it back to Dr. Meyer. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Khan, for joining us today. Now I would like to hand it over to Dan Kaminsky, Faculty Advisor for the Accounting Association and Beta Alpha Psi.
Thank you, Heidi. I would like to recognize my co-advisor, Dr. Craig Fulton. Craig, thank you for all your assistance this past year and also in prior years. Since 2007, when I first became the advisor for Beta Alpha Psi, the CS chapter has been able to maintain a superior status. This achievement is attained by the chapter doing extensively more activities and reach out, community service, and professional meeting activities. To achieve superior status, the officers have to keep the membership active and engaged in the BAP mission. This requires hours of planning and implementation by our officer group. This past year was the most challenging that I have ever seen. I'm proud of the officers and members for their dedication to tackle this challenge and make this year as successful as any other year, despite the obstacles that a global pandemic posed to them. They worked with Heather and Career Services to produce a phenomenally successful career day we call MTAN. They scheduled virtual professional meetings that exceeded attendance levels over the past few years. The members were able to do virtual community outreach projects throughout the year, and the final event is the Pie in the Professor's Face contest with proceeds to go to Women Safe. And I'm sure that Bryce and Kayla can give you information on how to contribute to this and get a pie in my face. The community outreach projects this year were the Cleveland Food Bank, Cleveland's Kids Book Bank, Junior Achievement, VITA, and Women's Safe. This year was a great year for our BAP students. 2 teams took first place with their presentation at regional competition. The 2 presentations were Invest in Yourself and Helping from Home. Each team will now compete at the national conference. Again, our BAP team rose to the challenge and sponsored the annual ethics competition. But unlike prior years, they had to hold it virtually, with every school team submitting videos of their work for a panel of judges to evaluate. A big thank you to Dr. Craig Fulton and Dr. Mark Holtzblatt for preparing this very challenging and thought-provoking case study. On behalf of Dr. Fulton and myself, we would like to thank the officers this year for such an outstanding job. Their ability to quickly think outside the box and adapt to adverse conditions just further reinforces our confidence that these students will be leaders of the future. The faculty of the accounting department and the College of Business, thank you for your efforts and great successes this year. You all truly represent the spirit of Beta Alpha Psi and the mission of Cleveland State University's Montague College of Business. Thank you, Heidi.
Well, thank you so much, Professor Kaminsky, for those opening remarks. We are now going to move into our next section of our program, announcing the Alumni of the Year. Unfortunately, due to COVID, we are not able to recognize last year's recipients, so we have 2 awardees today. We are so excited to congratulate the 2021 Alumnus of the Year, David Hobie. David Hobie earned his Bachelor of Business Administration in Accounting at Cleveland State University in 1972, after transferring from Xavier University. He interrupted his college career for military service, later working as a cost accountant for a steel mill and as an office auditor for the Internal Revenue Service. After 4 years working for Arthur Andersen and Co., David and high school classmate Jerry Lucas founded Hobie and Lucas in 1978. David devoted himself to the firm and his clients throughout his career. He has serviced a broad range of entities specializing in healthcare and in manufacturing industries. Congratulations, Dave, on this amazing accomplishment. I'd like to invite you to now say a few words to the group.
At this point, I'd like to thank Beta Alpha Psi and the CSU Accounting Association for this honor that they picked me out for. Am I coming across okay here? Anyway,
great.
Since I have a few minutes, I would like to put a quick plug in for the profession of public accounting. And that's not to denigrate anyone going into industry or working for the government, because the majority of the people that go into public accounting don't stay and eventually will go into industry or with the government or in many different areas that they might pursue. But I'd like at this point to give 4 good reasons why a student would want to enter the public accounting field, and specifically in the local public accounting field. First, accounting is still a very well-respected profession. In the past, we've always graded higher than doctors, attorneys. Our clients have a lot of trust in us. The public has a lot of trust in what we do, and it's a well-respected profession. In a course your career, you'll develop a relationship with clients and also other business people, bankers, attorneys, that you're gonna have a deep-seated trust with your clients. They're gonna rely on you, and the satisfaction you get from being in a well-respected profession is hard to, shall I say, be exceeded by being in any other profession. Secondly, it's great experience. We're fortunate to be part of the largest, most diverse, successful economy in the world. And because of that, there's an unlimited amount of new and growing industries, businesses, and of course, your career in public accounting, it's impossible to master everything, be it tax, audit, accounting, consulting. There's such a vast array of businesses, situations, changing laws, that you're never going to totally understand and master every part of accounting. So if you're up for a challenge, this is the industry to be in. Third, everyone, everything that you read says everyone would like to be their own boss, wants to be an entrepreneur. A local public accounting business is a perfect opportunity to be an entrepreneur in many different ways. One, you can become a partner at the firm you're with. You can start there, grow, eventually be made partner, buy in, and be one of the owners. Or you can go out and buy a practice. There are going to be a lot of practices turning over in the next 5 to 10 years as everything works through with the baby boomers. And if you don't want to join a practice, you don't want to buy a practice, you can always start a practice up from scratch. One advantage to being an entrepreneur as a certified public accountant is it's relatively low cost. It's not going to take millions and millions of dollars, to be an entrepreneur in the public accounting field. Last but not least, you have an opportunity to earn a good living. And I have to underscore the word earn, because it's not an easy profession. And it's going to take a lot of hard work, but you can be financially rewarded. And are you going to make as much money as someone who founded Microsoft or the latest tech company? No, but you can do very well for yourself. You can make an above average salary, and as an owner, you can share in the profits of the practice that you've either bought into, purchased, or started on your own. And there's one last thing to remember, though, while you're earning that good living, that it's only work if you enjoy, if it's only work that you're going to enjoy. I'm not saying this right. It's only work if you don't enjoy what you're doing. Sorry about that. Not the smoothest speaker looking into a computer screen here. And once again, thanks for the recognition from Beta Alpha Psi and the CSU Accounting Association.
Thank you very much, Bryce and Mr. Hobie. Next, I wanted to introduce Jack Matejka as our 2020 Alumnus of the Year. Jack Matejka was appointed as Senior Vice President of Internal Audit at Eaton Corporation, a power management company, in 2010. Jack is the Chief Audit Executive for the company, with responsibilities for auditing the company's internal control systems and directing the company's internal control program office. In 2000, Jack was appointed Director of IT Security for the company. Prior to that, Jack served as Manager of Internal Audit. Before joining Eaton in January 1989, he held management positions in auditing and IT with Diamond, Shamrock, an oil and gas company, and the audit firm of Deloitte, Haskins, and Sells. He holds a Bachelor's of Science degree in accounting with a Bachelor's of Science degree in management from the University of Dayton and a Master's of Business Administration from Cleveland State University. Jack is a board member of the Cleveland State University Foundation and is chairman of the foundation's audit committee. Jack is located in Cleveland, Ohio. Thank you for being here with us today. Would you like to share a few words at this time?
Thanks, Rob. Yes, I would. First, I also want to say thank you for this distinct honor of being recognized as Alumnus of the Year for last year. And the only thing I'd like to do today would be to pass along a few key messages to the students that I've learned over my career that I think might be worth attention for the students going forward. But before that, I also want to thank Beta Alpha Psi, the CSU accounting department, the faculty, but mostly Dr. Heidi Meyer. Heidi is a passionate leader that I found also has a warm personality. So Dr. Meyer, thank you very much. So the key messages that I'd like to pass along to the students start with learning. College doesn't really make you smarter. What I think college does is it helps you sharpen your learning skills, because after graduation and all throughout your career, you're really going to be learning. You're going to continue to learn new things. As evolution goes by, accounting changes, the world changes, IT is changing everything. We're going into the digital age. You're going to continue to learn. So you'll become a sponge, be a learner, and that's going to help you throughout the rest of your career. Second of all, networking. I think networking is a somewhat of a lost art. You can only learn so much by yourself, but if you network with others above you in rank, below you in rank, next to you, network wherever you're working, network with the people that you're working with so that you can learn even more from them. Thirdly, communication. Be a good communicator. You could be the smartest person there is with all the answers, but if you can't communicate that to others in your organization, it's not going to do you or the organization that much good. So you need to have the courage to be a good communicator. Keep it short, stick to the point, but have the courage to voice your opinions. Next, be passionate. If you just come across as ho-hum and you're not so excited to be doing the job you're doing, people are going to get that reflection that you're just there for your paycheck. But if you're enthusiastic about things that you're working on and you show real commitment to your company, they're going to recognize that. They're going to feel that. Another message I'd like to pass along is work-life balance. You could work really hard at your job, but you also got to remember that there's other things in life. There's your family and your other interests. So I try to tell my own children, work hard and play hard. Anything less, you're cheating yourself. So remember that. And to drill in on working hard, working hard just doesn't mean putting in long hours. Working hard also means stepping back, looking at the big picture, and trying to work smarter. You can pedal that bike really fast, but if you put it in a different gear, you're going to go even faster. So the same thing, the same analogy is when it comes to working. There's other ways you can leverage data analytics to audit everything in the file instead of doing sample-based testing. So, that's a big pet peeve of mine, is to try to leverage the computer to do more auditing, do better than just sample-based testing. So, and you also remember, things aren't always going to go your ways, right? You're never going to win every battle. Sometimes I like to say, especially on Mondays here at work, it seems like everybody comes back from the weekend and everybody throws something at you. And so sometimes the dragons hatch faster than you can slay them. So just remember, but stay with it. Don't give up. Another key thing is that go for an advanced degree. If you don't have one already, continue in your formalized education area. Education is one thing that no one can ever take away from you. And when you have it, it can also be a tiebreaker. If you and some other person are going for a job that you really want, and you have that degree or extended degree or certification, what is it telling the person who's doing the hiring? It's saying, hey, this person's really, really committed to making themselves more educated and is willing to try and sharpen their skills. And sometimes that's a good tiebreaker to remember. Lastly, have empathy. There's, other people in this world we're all just people. And to just try to remember that, you need to show a little kindness, even in your work, your daily work job. And so I think if you bundle those key messages together, I think we can label those as good leadership skills. So that's all I wanted to try to pass along to some of you. If you take one or two or three of those, then I think you'll be better off in the future. So again, thank you very much. I appreciate the honor. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much, Jack and David. I think that you gave our students some great advice, and I hope that they take your advice, because you have both shown that you've had very successful careers and are professional role models to every one of us. Not only is this a great honor that you've been selected to receive, but I also want to let the students know that you both have been really good friends to the Department of Accounting and to the university and to me. And I really thank you for that as well. So now that we've recognized our alumni, now we'd like to recognize our students. So we're going to transition to the Student Scholarship Awards portion of this year's ceremony. We would like to say a special thank you, first of all, to all of our donors who made these scholarships possible. Truly, you have been friends to the department, the university, and to our students. And you will be receiving some information from each of our student recipients to let you know a little bit more about them as we close out the ceremony and finish up all this year. At this time, I'd like to introduce Rihanna Robleski and Josiah Fleshman, the Beta Alpha Psi Secretary and Treasurer, who will announce this year's scholarship recipients.
The recipients of the Anthony J. Saba Endowment Barnes Wendling Scholarship is Joseph Cruz Yucker, Fadi Hanna, and Dana Levite.
The recipient of the Anthony and Kathleen Bacall Scholarship is Janine Wozni.
The recipients of the Becker CPA Review are George Aoum, Elizabeth Brooks, and Noah Gleason, and Jenna Hawes and Jonathan Pence.
The recipient of the Chuni and Panici Scholarship is Claire Maltman.
The recipients of the CSU Graduate Assistantship are Kayla Griffin, Rymwin Mill, and Alina Toll.
The recipients of the David and Mary Jo Hobie Scholarship are Mwamanu Afengbenji and Jared Meyer.
The recipients of the Jim and Debbie Deoy Scholarship is Chase Urat.
The recipient of the Nancy Debney Scholarship is Shama Zaman Namin.
The recipients of the Fornari Family Fund Scholarship are Stephanie Hecke, Yu Lee, and Evan Price.
The recipient of the Diane Gracer and Dr. J. Gracer Scholarship is Stephanie Heinz.
The recipient of the Raymond J. Hasman Endowed Scholarship Fund are Megan Holt and Nicole Miller.
The recipient of the Martin and Kathleen Hrabick Endowed Scholarship is Josh Moriel.
The recipient of the Maloney and Novotny Scholarship is Robert Hemley.
The recipients of the Meaden and Moore Scholarship are Rosemary Hammond and Ravjit Singh.
The recipient of the Dr. Heidi H. Meyer Scholarship is Diana Grebe.
The recipients of the Ray and Associates Accounting Scholarship are Sandra Owusa Sar and Corey Grassi.
The recipient of the Richard Molina Scholarship is Joseph Fisher.
The recipient of the Novogradic Scholarship is David Bryant.
The recipient of the 2020 PCAOB Scholarship is Selena Melendez.
The recipients of the Pete Marwick Mitchell Endowment Fund KPMG Scholarship are Robert Hemley, Andrew Perbonik, Alina Toll, and Janine Wozni.
The recipient of the Judith A. Richards Scholarship is Shamat Namin.
The recipient of the Tax Executives Institute Scholarship is Melron Leach Jr.
The recipient of the George and Irene Turk Endowment Fund is David Desire, Sheila Hayes, and Sujata Sunawar.
The recipients of the Deborah Vezi Accounting Scholarships are Thomas Moore Jr. and Michelle Romanowski.
The recipients of the Ernest G. Wessel Memorial Scholarship Endowment Fund are Anthony Alexinski, Nina Bensivingo, Conrad Delega, Mohammed El-Shefe, Blake Johnson, Michael Mellis, Alexandria Shin, Seth Tofil, Mina Washington, and Sinte Wold.
Congratulations to all of the scholarship recipients. Since this is a celebration that we have reserved to honor our students, it's very fitting that we should take this opportunity to honor the top students elected to represent the College of Business at this year's commencement ceremony. What is particularly noteworthy about this year and makes me and our accounting faculty extra proud is that the valedictorian for both the fall 2020 and the spring 2021 commencements are both accounting students. I can get away with saying that here, but I have to be really careful whether I say that elsewhere. So first, we would like to introduce the spring 2021 Monte Ahuja College of Business valedictorian, Mr. Josiah Fleshman. Josiah Fleischman is a proud born and raised Clevelander who was homeschooled for the first 11 years of his academic career. In high school, he attended 3 Model United Nations conferences and was recognized with 2 awards. He proceeded to attend Cuyahoga Community College in his senior year of high school as a College Credit Plus student. This May, he will graduate from Cleveland State University with a major in accounting and a minor in governance, risk management, and compliance, and is being honored as the Monteahuja College of Business Spring 2021 valedictorian. Josiah has participated in a variety of enriching organizations, including Campus Bible Fellowship, Crew, Freshman Sophomore Business Association, Beta Alpha Psi, and Beta Gamma Sigma. In his role as treasurer of Beta Alpha Psi, he has assisted with various responsibilities and projects, such as recording Beta Alpha Psi's revenues and expenses, interacting with Student Life to set up the ShopNet payment system, depositing funds into the agency account, and assisting with formulating a best practices presentation entitled Helping from Home. He has had the privilege to personally participate in many volunteer programs, including the Neighborly Write Your Neighbor Card program, the Greater Cleveland Food Bank, and the Church of the Covenant Saturday Tutoring program. In today's virtual environment, he has assisted with promoting fundraisers for Woman Safe and Junior Achievement. Professionally, Josiah has interned as a corporate accountant, public accountant, and internal auditor with Third Federal, Novogradac, and Key Bank. He intends to sit for the CPA exam upon graduation and will begin his employment as an internal auditor with Key Bank in July 2021. In his free time, Josiah enjoys running, kayaking, and watching Cleveland sports teams compete. Let's all have a nice hand of applause for Josiah Fleischman. In fall 2020, the College of Business valedictorian was Elizabeth Fanger, who graduated with majors in both accounting and management with a human resource focus. During her time at Cleveland State University, Elizabeth took on a number of internships and part-time jobs, including working as a supplemental instructor for macroeconomics and a tax season intern at Novogradac and Company. Elizabeth was also active on campus, becoming the treasurer of the Entrepreneurship Club and the project manager for Beta Alpha Psi. Elizabeth also earned the 2019 Beta Gamma Sigma Scholarship Award. Elizabeth is looking forward to starting work. I'm sure she probably already has started work, at Sherwin-Williams as an internal auditor and preparing for the CPA exam. Josiah and Elizabeth are shining examples of success and exemplify the value that Cleveland State has in our community. Their accomplishments send the message that Cleveland State is a great choice for an excellent education and provides a variety and abundance of opportunities for all students. I know that they will continue to succeed as they move on in their professional careers, and we hope that they will stay in touch and come back to share their experiences and help our current students. Please join me in congratulating Mr. Josiah Fleischman and Ms. Elizabeth Fanger. Congratulations. Now we want to recognize some other of our students who have also been exemplary in their time here at Cleveland State. We're going to first start with this year's Rotary Awards. Every year since 1969, the Rotary Club of Cleveland has presented awards of excellence to graduating students from the Monteahuja College of Business at Cleveland State University. This year marks the 53rd consecutive year and makes the Rotary Club Student Awards of Excellence the longest running program in which the Rotary Club of Cleveland has participated in annually. Please join me in congratulating Timothy Kubaki, the 2021 Rotary Award recipient for excellence in accounting. Tim was born and raised in Youngstown, Ohio. He attended Austintown Fitch High School, where he was captain of the swim team and president of the Interact Club. He was fortunate enough to earn both athletic and academic scholarships to attend Cleveland State. During his time at Cleveland State, Tim has been a member of the swim team and an aquatic supervisor at the CSU Recreation Center. In 2020, he was named Horizon League Scholar Athlete of the Year. Tim will graduate with a Bachelor of Business Administration and Accounting this spring and plans to attend graduate school to work towards his Master's of Business Administration. Congratulations, Tim, on a great time here at Cleveland State. We would also like to recognize Bryce Bechtel, who is the 2021 Rotary Award recipient for excellence in graduate studies. Bryce is an MBA student at Cleveland State with a concentration in governance, risk management, and compliance, and is graduating this May. Bryce originally found an interest in accounting through a high school accounting class that he only took because it was one of the few rooms with air conditioning. That simple basis for a decision led him to major in accounting in college, pursue multiple internships, and sit for the CPA exam. His favorite aspect of the profession is the ability to directly impact and help people. Bryce's long-term career goals are to manage people and create a work environment that is fun and can be done with a sense of humor. He is most excited to complete his degree and sit for the CPA exam, all in time to start working full-time at EY this fall as an enterprise risk consultant. We are so proud of you, Bryce, and we wish you the best of luck in your future endeavors. Let's have a nice round of applause for both Tim and Bryce. The next student award recipient that I would like to introduce is to Rihanna Robleski, who is the 2021 recipient of the Federation of Schools of Accountancy Achievement Award. Rihanna decided to pursue a Master of Accountancy because of her interest in learning more about the accounting industry. She had a specific interest in the internal audit field and focused her graduate studies in that area. Throughout her time at Cleveland State, Rihanna has been successful in both her mission to gain further knowledge about the audit field, as well as gaining valuable soft skills through organizations such as Beta Alpha Psi. Rihanna joined Beta Alpha Psi her first semester at Cleveland State and was honored to be elected and served as the chapter secretary for the 2020-2021 school year. In addition, Rihanna was also a graduate assistant for the Executive MBA program and thoroughly enjoyed working with the program's wonderful faculty and staff. During the 2021 spring semester, Rihanna began an internal audit internship with STERIS and is proud to have accepted a full-time position with them. Rihanna is excited to start her professional career with such a renowned company and to be a part of STERIS's talented internal audit team. Going forward, Rihanna hopes to continue learning about the internal audit profession and to become an expert in her field. Congratulations, Rihanna, on all you have accomplished. We are so proud of you. Lastly, I would like to take a moment to highlight a new award that was created last year by our Beta Alpha Psi chapter. Our chapter created awards to recognize members who earn the most volunteer hours each semester. It is a great way to recognize the contribution to the community, to our university, and to our department. Please join me in congratulating Kyle Ray as the Spring 2020 Volunteer Award recipient and Anthony Lewin as the Fall 2020 recipients. As you know, our students do a lot of volunteer hours for many local organizations, and they are a shining example to everyone in our university and our college. Now that we have wrapped up all of our student awards, I'd like to invite Kayla Griffin, one of our Beta Alpha Psi co-presidents, to announce this year's Full-Time Faculty of the Year Award recipient.
Thank you, Dr. Meyer. Each year, we send out a survey to students who are active in extracurricular accounting organizations, and we ask them to vote on their favorite professors. This year, Cleveland State students have selected Dr. Benjamin Hoffman to receive the Full-Time Faculty of the Year Award. Dr. Hoffman began his career at a regional public accounting firm in Pennsylvania and worked as an auditor for 4 years before shifting gears to attend graduate school. Dr. Hoffman received his PhD from the University of Arizona in 2012, and he started his academic career as a faculty member at Kent State University. This year is his second year at Cleveland State. He has taught a variety of courses at CSU, including Intermediate Accounting 2, Risk, Governance, and Compliance, and Internal Auditing. Dr. Hoffman's main research and interests revolve around financial statement auditing, including audit quality and auditor regulation. Dr. Hoffman lives in Akron with his wife, Kara, and his 3 children, Eleonora, Samuel, and Jude. He enjoys hiking and traveling with his family and playing in various recreational volleyball leagues. He is also involved in his community, serving on boards of 3 nonprofit organizations in Northeast Ohio. Thank you so much, Dr. Hoffman, for being such an outstanding professor and an amazing asset to all of the students here at CSU. Now I'm going to turn it over to our other Beta Alpha Psi co-president, Bryce Bechtel, to wrap up the faculty awards and announce our part-time faculty of the year.
Thanks, Kayla. I'm excited to present this year's Part-Time Faculty of the Year award to Jan Rose. Jan spent 20 years in corporate America in retail telecommunications and manufacturing industries, preparing budgets, performing variance analysis, managing multi-million-dollar projects, and promoting EDI activities were the key managerial accounting activities in her last corporate position. She earned her CMA certification in 2012, a CPA license in 2013, and providing accounting services to small businesses, and began teaching college-level accounting after she left Avery Dennison. For several years, she was an accounting instructor and undergraduate accounting advisor and MAC coordinator at Kennesaw State University in Kennesaw, Georgia. Jan is passionate about her role helping business students understand the language of business and advising accounting students on the requirements of CPA licensure. The Rocky Road to the CPA exam is a presentation developed in 2006 and updated annually that provides an overview of the challenges accounting students face in preparing for and taking the CPA exam. In 2014, Jan and her husband, Bruce, moved back to home after 16 years in Georgia to Ohio. In her spare time, Jan plays tennis and bridge and enjoys quality time with her family, extended family, and friends. Congratulations on this amazing accomplishment, Professor Rose. We want to move on to the final presentation of our program, the presentation of student officers. Kayla, you're muted.
Of course I am. Before we recognize next year's officers, Bryce and I would like to extend a sincere thank you to all of the officers that we worked with this year. We faced our fair share of challenges with running a student organization during a global pandemic, but we all worked together to make it a great year. We were even fortunate enough to win 2 first-place prizes for our chapter's best practices. This year's leadership team was absolutely incredible, and Bryce and I consider ourselves lucky to have been able to work with all of these amazing peers. So we are so excited to pass the baton to a new group of very capable students, starting with Rob Hemley, serving as one of next year's co-presidents.
Kyle Ray will serve as the other co-president.
Bryce, do you want to go to the next slide?
Sorry.
Janine Wozni will be the vice president.
Melissa Tesha Chavez was elected treasurer.
Sharuk Abuzaria will serve as the secretary.
Annie Bartholomew will be the project manager.
Claire Maltman will act as our organizational manager.
Cameron Maroney will be in charge of our volunteering efforts.
Stephanie Hetke will continue as our fundraising chair.
Jonathan Qualls will be our internal consultant.
Shamat Saman was elected the diversity and inclusion officer.
Andon Prifty will be our recruitment chair again.
And finally, Rebecca Rimbach will be in charge of communications and social media. Congratulations to all of the new officers. We are so proud of you, and we're really excited for you to continue your student leadership journey.
So while we have the microphone, we wanted to take a second to highlight a new honorary member that was inducted this year. Heather Schlosser was invited into the Beta Alpha Psi Delta Psi chapter in December of last year. Our chapter as a whole is so appreciative of all she's done for us and for the College of Business. Heather is the definition of a team player and is always willing to help all of our officers out with anything that we need. Congratulations on this honor, Heather. You truly deserve it, and we will miss you so much after we graduate. Now, I want to pass it on to Andrew Probonic, the IMA, IIA, AA president, to present this year's group's officers.
Thank you, Bryce and Kayla. On behalf of the IMA, IIA, and Accounting Association, I just want to thank all of you today for joining us. We appreciate your continued support. For next year, the president will remain myself, Andrew Probonic. Our vice president will be Branson Stang, treasurer, Rob Hemley, and secretary, Matt Ganser. And if I could just say one more thing, this past year has been very different for all of us in more ways than one. And I can't thank the faculty enough at CSU for your continued support. You really are unmatched. I started at CSU a couple years ago, and I was looking at other schools, and I cannot stress enough how glad I am that I chose CSU. The faculty here has been tremendous, and the students are wonderful. We have such a great support network here, and I just want to thank you again for a terrific year.
Thank you very much, Andy. Before we wrap up, I'm excited to announce that next year's Meet the Accountant Night will be held on Wednesday, September 15th from 5 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. I would like to thank everyone for coming to this year's 48th Annual Accounting Awards Banquet. Congratulations to the alumni recipients, the spring and fall valedictorians, our student scholarship and award recipients, the Beta Alpha Psi Volunteer Award winners, the new incoming Beta Alpha Psi and Accounting Association officers, and Faculty of the Year award recipients. We also would like to remind everyone that our PIA Professor fundraiser is coming to an end tonight. If you'd like to receive a link to see either Dr. Meyer, Professor Kaminsky, Dr. Yetmar, Dr. Hoffman, or Professor Hosansky, pie in the face, make sure you donate by tonight to get the link in time. You can reach out to bap@csuohio.edu to get access to the link if you have not already. On behalf of the accounting department and Beta Alpha Psi, we all hope to see you all next year. Thank you.
And just to close everything up, thank you everyone for coming today, and thank you for your support. We look forward to seeing you hopefully in person in the future, and to have everyone back on campus soon. Thank you so much.